Hey, what's up guys, Totallydubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review on the One More triple driver earphone. Yes, that's what its name is, One More. Now these earphones were kindly sent to me by GearBest for review, so massive shout out to them. You can find their website in the link in the description below, where you can find these earphones for around £75. Also in that magic link in the description below, you can find my website, which will go into much more detail than this video review, so it's a written review of the earphones. And you'll also find two Amazon links, which link to the earphones on Amazon for $100 in the US and £100 in the UK, in case, again, if you're interested. Now in the beautiful packaging, which I must say looks absolutely beautiful in my opinion, you've got a set of ear tips. Now the ear tips are pretty much standard, but I love the presentation that they've given with a different millimeter size. You've got 6 different sets of silicone tips, including the ones which are already included on the earphones, and you've got 3 sets of foam tips. The inclusion of the foam tips is fantastic and provides better isolation and comfort, well, at least in my experience. You've got a really nice crafted carrying case, which is hard. I would have loved a soft carrying case as well, but I love the fact that this hard carrying case is actually really well designed and actually looks really presentable. Then you've got these 2 little bits over here. It's an airplane adapter and a shirt clip. Again, beautiful presentation. You can see the metal shielding, or the metal actual housing that these have. Again, it looks really beautiful and the presentation is key. And then you've got a set of manuals. So the overall packaging and accessories are absolutely fantastic. I would have just liked a soft carrying pouch for portability's sake, but other than that, great job to One More for actually having a great overall package. Now moving on to the build quality. So the earphones are terminated by a straight gold-plated jack. Now I would have much preferred a right angle jack myself, just in terms of experience, in terms of longevity. But as we move up the sheeted fabric cable, which again is not my favorite, simply because it gets tangled quite easily, and also generally speaking, you get microphonics, whereas in this case, I actually didn't notice any microphonics because at the Y-split, i.e. over here, you've got a different type of cable, and the cable is actually a sort of plastic or rubberized cable, which is slightly thinner than the normal cable which is found down here. Now up on the Y-split, on the right-hand side driver, you'll find a little a control pod. This has a microphone on it as well, has a up and down volume, at least it works on my Android, a play and pause and reject calls and answer calls via the middle button. And if you double click the middle button or triple click the middle button, it goes previous or next for your music. So the actual inline mic actually works fantastic, and it's a great inclusion. The earphones themselves have a right and left indicator on the side, very clear and easy to see. And the overall build quality of the actual housing themselves is really nice. It's made out of metal, and you can see this kind of space grey slash gold colour on the side. It looks really nice, and it's almost like an Apple-esque colour, but it looks really nice to me, and it's really well designed with the One More logo written over here. The tips I've got at the moment are the foam tips, which are there, but you can see how the earphones go into your ear. They're on the side. Now one thing I should mention about the earphones is that they are actually a triple driver earphone. If it wasn't obvious enough by the title of triple driver earphone, they have 2 balanced armature drivers and 1 single dynamic driver, and I'll get into that in just a second through my sound quality testing. So overall the build quality is good, and the design look is absolutely fantastic, at least in my opinion. Now they are worn straight down. You can potentially wear them over the ear, but I wouldn't suggest that. Straight down you do get a little bit of microphonics, but it's not as bad as other earphones that I've had with this sort of sheeted fabric cable material. Unfortunately, it being tangled is one of the features which I don't like about this cable, and it does get a little bit tangled, especially the fact because you haven't got a cable kinch to tie up the earphones Y-split. But other than that, it's really good, and the design, in my opinion, again, is fantastic to look at. It looks really quite cool and very modern. Now the isolation of the earphones is actually surprisingly good, especially with the inclusion of the foam tips. The isolation just increases just that little bit, and given them their actual size and their sort of physical size, they passively block enough sound. The earphones are quite comfortable as well. I didn't notice any sort of problem. Obviously some people might find it a little bit uncomfortable given that they're just a little bit heavy because of their metal housing, but on the whole I was extremely comfortable, giving them a 9 out of 10 comfort rating. Now let's move on to the most important part, the sound quality. Now the sound quality was something that I was very much intrigued about. A certain amount of earphones that I've reviewed. For example, I've got the Dunu Titan 1s in front of me and the Rockjaw earphones over here. This one came in at around £100, £90, and this one is around £50, and this one sits at 75, so almost in between. And this is exactly where I would kind of place the earphones, in between these two earphones over here, which both in their respective reviews scored fantastically, and actually so did the One More earphones. Not only because of its packaging, looks and design, but actually due to its sound quality. The overall sound quality of the One More triple driver earphones is actually impressive. The sub bass extends to a reasonable amount. There is sub bass there. It does cut off after a certain amount of time, but given its price range, I can't complain too much. Its mid bass has a decent impact. It's a little bit uncontrolled, but again, its impact is there, and there is a decent amount on there, despite having two balanced armature drivers. That single dynamic driver actually brings out a good impact to the earphone's sound. Meaning you can enjoy rock music or hip-hop music if you so wish. Now the mids are somewhat affected. I don't know why, despite having two balanced armature drivers, probably due to the crossover from the drivers. But the mids are slightly affected, meaning you've got a slightly V-shaped sound there, and it's a little bit recessed. Not too much, I'm not trying to be extreme over here and say it's extremely V-shaped. No, it's just slightly V-shaped, therefore you can hear the mids being a little bit pushed back. I would have liked them to be a bit more forward sounding, which would have given a better overall sound quality to the earphones and give them more of a flat line sound signature. But overall, on the whole, I was at least impressed, to say the least, given its price tag. The highs do roll off a little bit on the top end, but they do provide a nice sparkle, and on top of that, they're not sibilant, meaning it's not uncomfortable. It's comfortable and to wear for a long period of time and listen to them, obviously, with your music. The Soundstage was actually really impressive about the earphones. They came out very well. They're nice and wide and provide excellent instrument separation. In comparison to like the Dunu Titan 1s, I found that they just lacked a little bit of depth. Despite having a nice housing size over here, I just felt there's a little lack of depth. That could also be because there's three drivers there trying to work all together in unison, and therefore could cause a little bit of a lack of depth. But on the whole, given its price, fantastic sound, and due to its instrument separation, it made it very impressive. So overall, what are my thoughts of the earphones? Well, they're fantastic. Given the fact that they're £75, including shipping, I can't really complain about them. Even at £100, you find the price on Amazon.co.uk, I still would rate these earphones. They don't provide something spectacular, something out of the blue that you're like, wow, this has blown my mind at its price. I think it sits very competitively and sits very well in the very crowded market. The Rockjaw, for example, they don't provide as much detailed sound as the One Mores, whereas the Dunu Titan 1s provide that just extra little bit of detail and a little more overall soundstage, which brings your music a little bit of life. So it sits right in the middle of the market. It's a great job from, as far as I'm aware, an unknown brand. And given the fact that they're affordable, well, I would say affordable at £75, I would definitely recommend them to anyone looking for some stylish earphones which have a microphone and have a absolutely fantastic overall package. As I said, I can't comment on the company itself, as in One More, but on the whole, very impressed by their product. So there we go, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a like, comment, subscribe, favorite and share, as it always helps. And definitely let me know in the comments below what you think of the earphones, what you think of the market itself, and what you think about these sexy hands. Yay! Alright guys, totally dubbed out. Bye bye.